Yo, 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 welcome back to Reddit Read Along. I'm Unofficial Ninja, and today we're reading some stories from r slash Am I the A-hole? I apologize in advance if you hear my cats in the background. As soon as I started recording, they started running around, And it's also a windy day, so I guess that's a perfect day for reading some stories. So let's hop in. I, male 30s, have a wife, mid-20s, who grew up in a fairly poor environment. Her grandpa had money, but her mom didn't, and her sister doesn't. My wife has an incredible, strong work ethic. She's probably more so defined as a workaholic. When I first met her, I was in trucking, making about $50K to $70K a year. Since then, I developed a niche for a specialty marketing field and became very good at it. All my friends encouraged me to go into business for myself with a marketing company. My wife was fully supportive of this, even after I discussed the financial difficulties we would have for the first year or so due to a limited budget. I made sure she knew that some months I may not get a check from the business. My salary is paid monthly. Her family, however, were not. They accused me of neglecting my family, being lazy, not wanting to work, etc. My wife would defend me, but they would ignore it and continue to call me lazy and a deadbeat for putting my daughter in daycare while I worked from home. I was still driving a truck part-time to have a steady, reliable income, but it was only half of what I was making on a good week. In the last year, however, I've grown my income from my business beyond what I was making in trucking. Since we cut costs back when I first started, we realized a lot of things we were paying for we could do without and found other alternatives, and we never really added those expenses back. So it's like we have significantly more money now. I still drive a semi occasionally for a friend who owns a truck, mainly to keep my CDL active and stay knowledgeable about the industry as a fallback. Her family has taken note, and they are constantly asking to go out to eat with us, hang out with us, etc. Then get mad when I never pay for their meals, the outings, the vacations, etc. Aside from my part of the tab, obviously. Looking back, I understand why they never had money. They were living well beyond their means, but if it makes them happy, then it is what it is. I let my wife do whatever she wants with her money, which sometimes includes buying stuff for her family, which I don't mind as long as she's using her money. But I made sure that she knew I don't want a dime of my money going to her family, since they were very unsupportive of what made us our money and would go as far as to talk down about me for doing what led to our money. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to share my money with my wife's family? I say no, of course not. They should have been supportive while you were going through the whole buildup of your company. Now that it's all up and good, they know you're stable, now they want to come and beg. So no, they deserve what they get. Like you said, your wife is fine to share her money with them, but if I were you, I also wouldn't want to share any of my money with her family. In fact, I would have probably gone low contact with her family a long time ago. But it seems like she still has good relationship with them, so I understand not doing that. But I am really glad that your wife is being supportive, but you are definitely not the a-hole. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my roommate's cat into my room after it apologized? Okay, that's an interesting title. A 27-year-old female share an apartment with my roommate Lily, 26-year-old female, who has a cat named Muffin. Muffin is adorable but has a habit of sneaking into my room and knocking things over. Last week I came home to find Muffin had somehow gotten in and destroyed a puzzle I had spent hours working on. Pieces were scattered everywhere. Some were chewed up, and one was lost entirely. I was furious. I told Lily that Muffin needed to stay out of my room, and she agreed, but she also said Muffin felt bad and wanted to apologize. I laughed it off, assuming she was joking. The next day, I found a little note on my desk written in Lily's handwriting that said, "I'm sorry, Muffin." I thought it was funny, but didn't change my stance. Since then, Lily has been passive-aggressively saying things like, "Muffin's just trying to make things right," or "You're holding a grudge against a cat." She even suggested that I let Muffin into my room supervised so she could earn back my trust. I told her no, that I wasn't interested in giving her cat another chance to destroy my stuff. Now she's calling me heartless for not accepting Muffin's apology and is acting like I'm the unreasonable one. Am I the a-hole here? No, you are not. Okay, so it's cute and all that she did the whole apology thing, but that doesn't mean that the cat won't still destroy your stuff if she gets into your room. Cats are going to be cats. She might not even be intending to destroy your stuff, but they tend to like jump on things and accidentally knock off stuff. Like they just don't care. They're curious animals. So if you leave an open place for them to explore, then they're going to explore it. There's no reason for you to have Muffin in your room. So I don't know why your roommate is acting like Muffin pays rent and deserves to be in there. It's not a big deal. Your roommate is making it a big deal. You're not attacking or doing any harm to Muffin. Only thing you're doing is keeping her out of your room. You're completely not the a-hole, and your roommate needs to get a hobby. Story 3. Am I the a-hole for refusing to do the morally correct thing? Death brings out the absolute worst in people. My father passed away without a will. His bank assets were paid on death to me. Everything else went through probate. I am the only child. My parents were married before I was born, separated when I was young, and divorced when I was in my 30s. After his death, 2 of his siblings and their family claimed I wasn't his biological child and they were entitled to his estate. They asked me to do the morally correct thing and gift it to them. Probate was contested and ruled in my favor, but they were still upset, claiming they will file civil lawsuits until the truth is revealed. Am I the a-hole for refusing to give them anything and not entertaining any conversation related to this? My father was involved in my life. There is no doubt that I am his child. You are definitely not the a-hole. It doesn't seem like his siblings were in his life before then. It was like they were just waiting for him to die and they saw the opportunity to get some money or some stuff that they could sell, and that's when they came, a searching. You're definitely entitled to your father's assets. If I were you, I wouldn't give them anything as well. Death really does bring out the worst in people. It happened to me when my grandfather died and also when my dad died. When my dad died, my stepmom flipped the switch and just became like a different person all of a sudden and was trying to get stuff before he was even buried in the ground. My takeaway is to always get a will to prevent things like this from happening. But you're definitely not the a-hole. That was r/am I the a-hole. If you like what you heard, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Once the channel grows, I will be able to start uploading longer videos. I really appreciate it. Come back next time.